We'll turn these off. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bulldog Report. I know we're very late to this one. We had a lot of problems here in the media room getting this started. The Wi-Fi's down, so we had trouble getting it started, but nonetheless, we are here for the second, third, and fourth quarters, ready to bring you all the action. I'm by myself today. No Henry Cia or no Jared Popek, so I'm going to be bringing you all the action from the MHS gym. I did watch the whole first quarter, and Metuchen, I will say, looked very, very good. They're playing against a good team, South Amboy, in the GMC Gold Division with a better record than Metuchen, but they are here in Metuchen in the first round of the GMC tournament, a must win for the Bulldogs, and one that I think they can pull off. So, right now they'll look for the Bulldogs. Santis, Dreher, Cone, Malamug, and Kuhn. It's been a really good day for Cone to start off, and Metuchen looks like they're going to have the ball in the offensive zone for the final 8 minutes to go. The final 8 minutes start now of the first half. Cone all the way across to Santis, and we are back underway here from the gym. Dreher, little bounce pass out to Cone. Kuhn back to Cone. Setting up the offense. Slower paced offense. This is a must win for the Dogs. If they win this one, they'll play a road game in the second round. Who they'll be playing will be determined in other games. Santis lines up from three. He's got it. And that's another aspect to the Bulldogs game that they just haven't been working out in this amidst this losing streak which they've had. But Santis hitting three-pointers has seemed to remain consistent. He's been an excellent player for the Bulldogs, and now they extend their lead, or they open up a three-point lead. Step back shot from three, doesn't go, rebounded. And now driving in. Oh, almost a dunk there. And South Amboy cuts back into the lead. It's a one-point game. Kuhn to his left. Finds Santis. Santis back to Kuhn with 6:48 now. Moves outside to Cone. They've been shooting well all day. Leaves Santis out there. He drives in. Decides to take the two-point shot. And it's swatted out of bounds. So it'll stay Bulldogs ball. 3 guys in, 3 guys out. Woods, Galligan, and Cone. And out comes Kuhn, Malamug, and Dreher. Subbing early and often is how you can win some of these games. From the corner, Woods has got it. What a reliable player he's been all year. And he hits it again from 3. And now it's a 4-point game. Jason Woods been awesome this year from range and down low. And he's able to get Metuchen another momentum booster here in the second quarter. They've looked really good here in the second. It was a travel offensively for South Amboy. Bulldogs have the chance to extend their lead. It hasn't been too often where the Metuchen has won at home this year. They won a lot at home earlier on in the year. They beat Wardlaw Hardridge. They beat Kennedy. They beat a few pretty good teams, and then they kind of had a falling off at home. They won their away games, but not too many of their home games. Galligan puts up a 3, doesn't fall through. Cardillo tried to get the rebound. So yeah, but Metuchen's been trying to win these home games. They've come close a few times, but it's been a struggle, and there's no doubt about that. But this game more important than any other so far this year, as it's the first round of the tournament. Later on at 2 o'clock, Metuchen girls will play here at home also, so make sure you join the stream for that one also. Galligan, little bouncer to Cardillo. He lost it at first, goes in. He's got the size advantage. Maybe he traveled. He did, and that'll go back the other way. South Amboy going to try to capitalize on their opportunities. They haven't really scored here in the second quarter too much. Been a struggling year for South Amboy offensively. Just in general. Moving up to the hoop. He's got it. Nice laying off the nice laying there for South Amboy. Now they cut into the lead and split it in half. Santis fakes the shot. Dribbles backwards. Finds Cone. Cone, little flip. Galligan floats. Ooh, almost had it. Couldn't get it to go. Back the other way. Jump shot. Won't fall. I talked to some of the players on the Metuchen team about why they think, this losing streak has come up. And they said, in general, they don't think that it's for lack of effort. They've been playing some really good teams. The GMC Blue is absolutely, a tough division. There's a lot of tough competition in there, some tougher than others, but there's no real, there's always a threat in there. So you're playing some good teams, and, as soon as you start to slip up, you might start to, lose a lot in a row, more than you want, obviously. And that happens, you see, with a lot of the teams. A lot of teams start to go on a losing streak and sort of have a falling out in their season. But Metuchen, I have a feeling, will be able to bounce back. We're in the final parts of this season. Obviously, this one in a tournament matchup, so really towards the end. They have one more game after this. They have a game on the 14th against North Plainfield at home. That's their final home game. And then after that, they will play East Brunswick Magnet, and that'll be their final game, but that one on the road. So this game and one more home game for the Bulldogs. Assuming they win, they would play a road game. So probably this and one more home game for the boys. Still subject to change. Dribbling in, shot goes up. It's a foul offensively, and that's Malamug on the ground. He looks shaken up, so we'll step aside for now. Right now, Metuchen up 17-15. We'll be back in a second. Set to play here again after the injury timeout. Malamug appears to be okay. He's sitting on the bench, though. Out comes Danny Kuhn to replace him. So Metuchen going to try to run their offense as usual, up by 2. Santos, who's been great all day, floater, great all year, I should say, gets his own rebound. That one looks like it's money, but it isn't, as it's pulled down by South Amboy. Now they have it again on the offensive end. Been a very one-dimensional offense, it seems, for South Amboy to open up their day, even though they have a better record than Metuchen. Metuchen seems to be outplaying them in this one. Woods fires from 3. Does he have it? Overshot it, bricks up and into the air. And there appeared to be travel. Into the game, Matt Smith for the Bulldogs. So Matt Smith, Danny Kuhn, Danny Galligan, Ben Santos, and Jason Woods make up the players right now. And it was a foul offensively on Metuchen. That was against that was against Jason Woods, moving pick. Screens it for a 3. There's an open chance. They won't take it. They've been very one-dimensional in terms of kind of taking it to the net and putting up float shots. It feels like everything's been in the paint in terms of their points. Maybe I just jinxed it. Did I? No, not quite, as it's pulled down by Danny Kuhn, and Metuchen back on the offense. Now they're going to set up their scheme. They've got Galligan and Santos up an offensive end. It was a double dribble by Kuhn. .239 to go. First half coming to a close. And a must win for both teams. Stolen away by Matt Smith on a little offensive error. Smith puts it up. He doesn't have the height, but he's got some skill. That one doesn't fall. Oh man, nice steal by Matt Smith, the young talent. Almost had some points for Metuchen, but nonetheless he got a steal out of it. With 2:11 to go, Metuchen want to stiffen your defense if you're Metuchen. Looked like maybe a travel, it was. And they will stop now and talk things over. Lots of time to just discuss. Jake Eberle, the junior, has been the main player for South Amboy today. You see him. I think he's probably been their best player, and he has been all year. Jake Eberle, number 12. The guy with the neon green shoes, and it feels like he's been kind of the entire point of their offense because he has. Eberle's been in the middle of everything, and so I think that's been a main reason when Metuchen's starting to figure out South Amboy's offense. They haven't been able to score quite as much, but again, the score is 17-15. So as long as Metuchen's able to keep their defense strong as it has been and try to shut down Eberle, who's by far their best player, I think they're going to have some success and potentially win this game. All right, Eberle with it. Little flipper. Still on it now. Pelkey's their second best player. Here he is. Pelkey driving in. He's not too far behind Eberle, actually. And you see him lay it off the glass and in. This game's all tied up. Eberle the assist. Pelkey, for the points. That was a travel offensively. Metuchen's offense looked a little sloppy since the second half here of the second quarter. They were great to open up the second quarter, even great in the first quarter. And they've just had a little bit of trouble kind of finding their rhythm, but that's not something that I think that they can't find as the game sort of progresses, because the way that they've played all year, it's been a very, very developing offense. They either start off really good and maybe slow down later, or they start off with a struggle and they start to find their rhythm later on, which is kind of something I think is going to happen today. Maybe a travel by Eberle. It was, and it's Bulldog basketball. Minute 18, try to put some more points on the board, grab the lead, and take some momentum into the second half. That's their strategy. Out comes Woods, in comes Malamug. He's back from the injury, looks 100% ready to go. Shot from range. Oh, almost had it. That was Galligan who fired. Stolen quickly by Malamug. Our cameras can't even keep up with this steal, but Malamug went back up. He thinks he's fouled. He's not, but in he comes from the other side of half, darting through. Here comes Santos trying to get it, picks it up. That's Matt Smith who recovers, finds Santos, easy points, and what a pass by Matt Smith to hit the open man. Santos got the job done routinely, and it's 19-7. 19-17. What a play that was by the Bulldogs defensively and offensively to try to get the points on the board. So two Pelkeys on South Amboy. They've got Galvin Pelkey and Vaughn Pelkey. Gavin's been their main guy, aside from Eberle, who has the ball right now. Barillas back to Eberle. Eberle with a move to his left. Playing a zone defense, I think the Bulldogs are. Looks like a 3-2. Barillas back inside. He's got no height over Ben Santos, has to float it up and bricks it off of the backboard. Now it's Santos, 25 seconds to go. Malamug in open lane, lays it. Oh, he overshot it off the glass. Going back up, was he fouled? He was. And he's going to shoot 2 now to try to extend this lead into 2 possessions. So Malamug will shoot 2. And he airballed the first one. It's not like he's struggled from the line this year. He's made 28 for 38 at the free throw line. I guess 28 for 39 now after that. Maybe he's still a little shaken up from that injury from earlier. He misses both. That's not something you want to see from such a reliable shooter. Maybe he's still a little bit rattled. Metuchen gets the steal again. Their defense has looked good. Galligan shoots. He's got it from range. Danny Galligan converts. 6 seconds to go. There's the momentum shifter. And now 5-3 puts it up. Oh, it's going to be a foul against Metuchen. That was Malamug who got a little bit too involved with Barillas. And Barillas will shoot 2 now to try to cut back into this lead, which is now 5 after a huge three-pointer by Danny Galligan. He seems to hit it when they need it. Now he's a deep 3, too. This one's going to turn out, I think, to be a good game. Still a 5-point game. Barillas misses the first. Only a few free throws for Barillas. He has 49 points on the year. He's taken 2 free throws and made 1. Make it 1 for 3 now. Make it 1 for 4 after he misses one last shot for Cone. It hits off the top of the ceiling, and that'll do it for the first half. It was a great half of action. Metuchen in the lead at the end of the first half for the first time since early January, at least at home. So really something, a change of momentum in the second half brought them ahead. They were tied at the end of the first quarter, and they just played better in the second half, in the second quarter, and that's what it kind of came down to. Metuchen leads by 5 at the end of the half. I'll join you for the second half when we come back in 9:40 left. So I'll see you guys for the second half. This is Ike Bush on the Bulldog Report. So we're on here for the halftime report. I'm here with Henry Sia from the Bulldog Report. Henry, so obviously Metuchen's leading at half, but that's not something that we've seen at home for Metuchen all year. It's been more so the girls leading at half. They kind of dominate the first. So what does it say about Metuchen in this game versus other games?
Well, Metuchen, I mean, already off to a great lead from what I see on the scoreboard. And at home, from the games I've commentated, Metuchen been on a bit of a losing streak at home, but looks like they're going to turn it around today. 5-point lead, very good against South Amboy. So, you know, I'm glad to see Metuchen being able to put up a lot of points and play defense, but mostly mistake-free basketball. All season, they have been struggling, keeping the ball in their hands, trying not to turn it over. But good, clean basketball is what Metuchen needs to win, and I think Cardillo has found the way to do that.
So there's been all sorts of players that have contributed to Metuchen's success this year, or success relative to, you know, they've been playing some really good teams. So obviously they've lost a lot of their last few games. The only few games that they've won since the last home game that they won was on the 4th of January against Wardlaw Hardridge. But do you think they're in position to close this one out? Because, they're playing against a good team. They're in the gold division. This is South Amboy. They've won a lot of their last few games. They lost 2, but before that they went on a 6-game win streak. What do you think about this, about their odds to win this game against South Amboy?
Well, Metuchen definitely putting up a good fight. And they really need a win like this, a statement win against South Amboy. South Amboy winning 6 of their last 8. Meanwhile, Metuchen losing 5 of their last 6. And Metuchen really needs to break this 3-game losing streak if they want any chance of, coming back for the rest of the season. And, a lot of players have contributed to that success. Ben Santis, Marcus Malamug, Danny Galligan, all the players on the starting lineup, they've been doing great. But the depth on this team, I think really they might be able to close this one out. They have been playing great basketball for the first half. And consistency, Metuchen has been lacking, but something feels different about this game. So I think Metuchen might be able to pull it out.
Okay, let's talk South Amboy for just a second. Jake Eberly, the guy with the neon green shoes, if you watched even a little bit, but Jake Eberly has been their main guy today. Feels like the entire offense has kind of come around Jake Eberly, and this season it's been the same.
Makes sense. 310 points, leading his team by more than 50, and that is just a great feat for him. Also, second in rebounds. He is just a great all-around player, and he's really just a player you want to center your team around, and that is what South Amboy has been doing all season, and their record shows for it. Winning record 10-8 so far, and Metuchen been doing a pretty good job being able to contain him with their players. On defense, they have just been really good. It's 17 points allowed on a top scorer. And also another player noteworthy, Gavin Pelkley, 257 points combined, over 500 in total, which is just amazing for high school basketball at this level. And Metuchen been finding great ways to limit each one of these players and force their role players to have to step up. And so far, it looks like they haven't been able to. And if Metuchen can keep this rhythm going, they might be able to close it out.
Right, and those are 2 juniors. So 2 juniors, obviously that means they'll be here next year together. Chemistry really matters in high school basketball, and every basketball, really, every team sport. You got to have your chemistry. These are 2 juniors. We'll see them a lot next year. We don't know if Metuchen will play South Amboy. In fact, they probably won't because they're in different divisions. But actually, we'll see if Metuchen's able to limit them or just completely shut them down in the second half, because right now they have a 5-point lead. We got to see if Metuchen plays their best basketball and pulls out the win in this one. Nothing is for certain in high school basketball. This one isn't over. So for now, we'll get back into second half action in just a bit, 3 minutes to go. But for now, Henry Sia, for Henry Sia, I'm Mike Bush. We'll sign off just for now. Time for the second half here from the MHS gym. Bulldogs up by 5 in a game that they must win. In a game where South Amboy has looked good nonetheless. So a game that, again, Metuchen really is focusing on to try to pull out here in the first round of the tournament. 3 from Barillas was way too low. That was very little arc on the shot. He's missed 2 3-pointers this game. Galligan, little bouncer inside to his captain. Here's Cardillo. Did he walk? He did. Travels have been a big thing from the Bulldog, from Cody Cardillo. He's traveled a little bit this year, but that's because of, he's a big guy. He's trying to, body some of the defenders, and once in a while he'll just make a walk. That time actually was a foul by Cardillo, and they're back on the defensive end. Gotta strike first. Try to expand on the lead before it's cut into if you're Metuchen, because you want to make sure that you hold a secure lead here in the second half. Rebounded after the shot. Now it's Santis. Galligan, Santis for 3. Yes, he did. What a shot from Ben Santis. He's hyped. The MHS bench is hyped, and there they get it. The first 3-pointer since the early second quarter, and the Bulldogs have been activated again, now expanding to an 8-point lead. What a shot from Santis. Quick steal. How about this for momentum? Off the glass, and Santis looks like he's on fire. A timeout called by South Amboy, and they'll talk things over. What a start it was for Metuchen, and specifically Ben Santis, to get them to the place they need to be. Now up double digits. Unbelievable stuff. We'll step aside for now. We'll come back after the timeout. Metuchen now up by 10, outscoring South Amboy by 5 here in the second half. Ready to kick things off again here. What a start it was for the Bulldogs, and I have no one to talk to here with no color commentator right now, but I would be asking what they think Metuchen is doing differently. And the answer, I think, to that question has been tight defense in the second half. I think it's just come down to tight defense, and that leads to good chances with offense. You saw the quick steal from Santis. It came from playing good press, and they got the steal, and obviously those are free points and just free money if you're Ben Santis. Kuhn wide open from 3. He doesn't want to shoot it. He'll put up the floater, and he's got it. They've limited the role of Max Cohn in this one. A lot of the times in these games, you see Max kind of the only one with the ball in the offensive end. He'll make a pass, and then there's a shot. Maybe they miss, and that'll do it for their drive. But Cohn hasn't really had the ball that much. It's been a lot of Galligan, a lot of Kuhn, and they've limited his role. I think they've been contesting Cohn very well, and Metuchen's finding alternative offensive schemes to try to make up for it. Something that, it's not easy to do, to an audible out of your captain, and they're kind of doing it well. There's a wide open man underneath. It's Barillas, but they don't hit him till after a defensive foul. Staying with black. Barilla. Work outside. And was there a foul? Maybe he stepped out of bounds. No, it was a foul against Metuchen. That was against Max Cohn. It'll be his first foul of the game. Eberly. Step back. Fire to a man. That's Gavin. Good defense here. Playing zone, but actually this looks like man defense. They're playing good man defense. They don't usually play man. And now up to the hoop is Barillas, and he's got it. Nice job as he floats through 2 defenders and sets himself up for an easy layup. 8-point game. Is that Matt Smith getting ready to sub in at half? I think so. I think Smith will probably come in soon. He played a good first half when he was out there. Kuhn will shoot 2 after getting fouled on the way to the hoop. First one falls. Second one falls too. He hits both shots from the line. Reliable as ever is Danny Kuhn. Back to work on defense. Nice defense by the Bulldogs. They're tying up. Was it a foul? It was. It's a timeout called by, looks like South Amboy. They have 2 timeouts now left here in the second half. Bulldogs have all 5 of theirs. We'll step aside for now. Ike Bush here on the Bulldog Report. We'll see you in a bit. Quick steal there. What a play by the Bulldogs. That was Danny Kuhn with the steal and points. They've been great converting, like I said before. They've been converting their defense into offense better than I've seen them really all year. It's been really, really a nice sight. Overshot by South Amboy. Pulled down, that's by the freshman Matt Smith. Smith inside. Was he fouled? He was. They're going to say shooting foul. Or maybe not. It wasn't a shooting foul. I guess he wasn't fully into his shooting motion, which could be debated. Smith, Santos puts it up. He's got it. Money like he has been all half, all game, and all year. And Santos extends Metuchen's lead. Is that staying black? I think so. I'll give to Kuhn. Final 3:45 to go in the third quarter. It's against Metuchen. They're going to give South Amboy the ball. South Amboy, let's put it into reference, they're in the gold division. So right now the teams in front of them, Calvary Christian in first place, second place Highland Park, very good basketball program, third place South Amboy, fourth East Brunswick Magna, who Metuchen's going to be playing in a little bit, just next week, and then Piscataway next, and then Piscataway Magnet next, and then Somerset Tech, Dunellen, and last place Perth Amboy. Strong division. Shot doesn't fall for them. Three-pointer goes up, rebounded again by Santos. And he'll take it across the logo. Santos moves to Galligan. Galligan back to Santos. Lots of shooters outside are wide open. It's Galligan to Santos. Fake. Now Smith. Little bouncer. I like the way that offense ran, but they don't even get a shot off. It's going to stay now. Oh, it's going to be turned over now to South Amboy. Floater. Oh, that was a little pivot back shot. Excuse me, step back shot, which goes out of bounds. It's going to stay Metuchen now. They're going to take it across with Kuhn and Malamug. Danny Kuhn's been great all game. Malamug got injured in the first half, and he's kind of looked better since then, but I'm not sure if he's fully 100% after what looked like to be it was a pretty serious injury. He was down for a little while. Foul against the offense. Malamug on the ground. And it's going to be Bulldogs basketball. Santos lost it. Not a good idea there. Eberle, does he have the point? Santos jumps. Eberle lays it in. Nice play. Was he fouled on the way? He was. Santos jumped too early, fouled him before Eberle shot it, or while he shot it, while he started the process. Now Eberle has the chance to make it a three-point play at Santos' second foul of the game. So he gets the first 2 points, doesn't get the third. Rebounded by Santos and moved up to Cone. Senior captain Max Cone, bouncer to Malamug, back to Cone. He hasn't really shot too many times. That Cone flashed out of bounds. I think they're going to keep it Bulldogs. Nice defense there by Pelkey. Tried to inbound it, stolen away. South Amboy now in the zone. Shot from three. Yes, sir, he did. What a shot. Gavin Pelkey with a three-pointer. Makes us lead 9. Got to respond quickly if you're Metuchen. Don't let them think they have momentum. Santos. Cardillo. Outside. Oh, a wide open man. Galligan. Oh, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Santos. That's one of the great things about this team. If you look out on the court, every single player can shoot. So that kind of creates a lot of situations like right now. Everyone's kind of sitting outside the three-point line. There's bound to be an open man, and there it was. Danny Galligan, that was the open man, and he makes it a 12-point game again with a huge three-pointer. So it's just interesting to see. There's a travel by the offense. It's interesting to see. It feels like everyone's just kind of waiting outside the three-point line, and they're just ready to shoot. And as soon as someone blows coverage on the defense, there's a wide open man for three, and usually they've been converting at least this game. I think that's the scheme that they're running because there's not necessarily a height advantage with South Amboy against Metuchen as there has been with other schools against Metuchen. As you see Cardillo, oh, he lost the ball in the process moving in. Now a quick drive that's trying not to foul is Galligan. But the points go through. 40 seconds left. Here in the third, they'll need a break to enter the fourth. Shot by Kuhn. I think he was fouled. He was. Kuhn again sent to the line. It's been really great to see what Danny Kuhn has done all year. 60 points, but he didn't start until very recently. Now that he's starting, he's been able to move his production up to a high level. And, man, Kuhn has been very good. He shoots the first free throw through. Another thing about Danny Kuhn, which has been very interesting, is after that free throw, he's 11 for 14, which is a very, very solid free throw percentage. Nice board there by Galligan. We haven't seen too much of the bench. Very little Gudrathi or Dreher or Cassani, even Woods, but they're mixing them in a little bit. We saw more in the first half. No good. That was underneath a shot chance by Pelkey. That's Vaughn Pelkey versus Gavin Pelkey. There's two Pelkeys on this team. There's Cardillo off the glass. Perfect play. 3 seconds left. Do they have one more shot in them? They do, but they don't have the points. So Metuchen 41, South Amboy 28. Can they close this game out? They lead by 13, so definitely a nice advantage heading into the final 8. But Metuchen has to put their defensive game on to close out the game. We'll see if they can. We'll step aside for now. See you guys in the fourth quarter. I'm Mike Bush here with the Bulldog Report. And we just missed Metuchen's offensive drive, but they lost it out of bounds. Let's take a look at the standings. Right now, Metuchen sitting at 6th place with an 8-13 record. But there, obviously, you might not notice any South Amboy. We'll look at the standings a little later. But South Amboy, not on that, obviously, because that's the GMC Blue standings. Nice steal. Here's Cardillo. Does he have it? He does not have the shot as it hits off the glass. Now back out to Galligan after a rebound by Kuhn. Galligan's shot nowhere near and rebounded by Pelkey. Pelkey now across the timeline, throws it out of bounds. It was a pass intended for Floyd, but Floyd couldn't get there. If you want to start making up ground, you got to start now because Metuchen's offense still looks pretty good, and they're finding a way to seep through the cracks right now against a team like South Amboy. Kuhn to Galligan. Galligan, a fast pass over to Cardillo, bodying his way, finds a way out to Matt Smith. Smith will reset with Galligan. See a few open shooters outside the ring. This is that formation. Lots of open guys sitting outside. Galligan fires from 3. He's got it. He's been money today. What a shot by Galligan. His third three-pointer of just the second half. 2 3-pointers in the third quarter itself. Galligan's been a force. There's a 3 from Pelkey. Doesn't fall. Barillas is trying to get it. He does. He's got Floyd in the corner, the other Pelkey down low. Pelkey, Eberly, the other Pelkey, Barillas, and Floyd are the players right now. Steal by Cardillo. Cardillo gets it, passes out to Cone. Cone jumper from the corner of the hash mark, and it doesn't go. Overshot it, maybe rushed the offense a bit there. But that's how he gets most of his points, trying to rush the defense. And it usually works. There's Eberly for 2. He's got it. Still 14-point game, though. Metuchen try to deflate any hope that South Amboy has right now at winning this. Wide open man, that's Kuhn. He fakes a man out, puts it up. Did he travel? I think he did. Santa's getting ready to check in. Out comes Cardillo. Big man for a big man. Yeah, it was against South Amboy. That's a foul, or excuse me, a travel. Max to Galligan. Galligan with a pass to Santis off the glass. Didn't have it. Kuhn winds up with it. Kind of a weird sequence there. He can't make it work from just inside of the charity stripe. Now pivot at a shot by Eberly. He's been contesting all of his shots. Again, a foul against Eberly. He'll be sent to the line again. Eberle's been great this year. I know we talked about him before in the halftime show and whatnot, but 310 points, leads the team. Free throws, he leads the team. Obviously, you see him hit another one there. Rebounds, he's second on the team, only behind Josiah Floyd. You know, assists, he's third place on the team. He's just been one of their main players in terms of production. Definitely their main point scorer. He splits the pair from the line after those chances. Santos moving outside. What a pass that was to Matt Smith. Smith to Galligan. Galligan with a fake. Little bouncer inside. Smith has an option with his cone. Cone can't get it. He undershot it. Pelkey's fouled. Pelkey's I think they've got some nice shoes on that opposing team. You've got Pelkey's nice shoes. Look at those. And then obviously, how could you forget those neon green shoes by Everly? You know it's bad when I'm talking about shoes, but they have some pretty nice shoes. What can I say? First one didn't go. Second one goes. It's now a 12-point game. Santos to Cone, and they'll start the offense up again. So they're, like I said in the first half, they weren't using Cone too much, and again, not really revolving their offense around Cone. It's not that they're not using him. They're just not revolving their offense around him like they have in the past, because they haven't had to. Ooh, way to save it by Cone. About to go out of bounds. He flipped it over to Galligan. Are they going to mark that as a timeout? Yeah, it's a timeout by head coach James Cardillo of the Metuchen Bulldogs. That's his first second half timeout. There's 5 to go for him, or 4 to go for him. And that'll do it for now. We'll step aside. We'll talk to you guys in a bit. 4:38 to go. Bulldogs up by 12. Smith, oh, he tried to get it to Woods. A lot of the freshmen are in now. It's Smith, actually not a lot of the freshmen. One freshman, but one sophomore too. Shot from range, he's got it. That's a big point. There, three-pointer. Back to single digits we are. Cone, got to get it past half. Galligan outside to Santos, who's not really heavily contested. This is a zone defense that they're running. It's been very easy to cut through if you're Metuchen. They're such a speedy team, Metuchen. And they've kind of been able to break through this defense. Jason Woods' shot denied, now turned over and crossed the timeline for South Amboy. Eberly. Pivot, shot, goes up, undershot it, airballed. Was it out of bounds? Nice effort, but can't save it. That was Barillas trying to save it. Goes out of bounds regardless. Out comes Woods, back in comes Cardillo. It's a two big man set, Santos and Cardillo out there. Very defensive set as well. Maybe that's what they're focusing on, just trying to get the best defense they can so they can close this one out. Santos, little pivot outside now, Galligan. Galligan to his right, over to Kuhn. Kuhn with an opportunity. Oh, is he going out of back court? But he doesn't. I thought he might. Quick pass to Cohn, and then very quick pass back, but it's stolen by Eberle. Step over, Euro step, and it's good. Nice play. Now only a 7-point game. It's been a revived team. They've scored 5 points since the last timeout. 0 points for Metuchen since then, and it's been a slow offense for the Bulldogs, and a very here in the fourth quarter, and a very good offense here by Eberle and his team. So they're kind of coming back. It's a 7-point game. Can they come back? Not sure. I think that Metuchen will have to find a way with their defense to just focus on shutting down Eberle the way that they did in the first half. They were very good about kind of trying to shut down Eberle in the first half. They had him sort of locked down in the second quarter especially, and then he kind of came more onto the scene here in the fourth quarter. So the focus has to be guard the guy in the green shoes and let everyone else do their thing. It's not that they're not good enough, but Metuchen's defense is strong enough where they can shut him down, as long as they can shut down Eberle, because he, again, is the focal point of their offense. And the tough thing for South Amboy to do is to shut down this Metuchen offense, because they don't have an Eberle. They have a lot of players that could play similar to his level, which makes it tough to defend, because everyone could do their own thing. You know, shooters, you've got Cohn, Kuhn, Galligan, Santis. It feels like everyone could shoot for the Bulldogs. And then, you know, you've got Santis, who could also board, and Cardillo. Lots of able players on the Bulldogs, which has made it really tough to defend for South Amboy. But they seem to be having a system right now with this strong defensive look. The ball out of bounds. What are they going to say? Waiting for a motion from the ref. This is a crucial call inside of 3 minutes. Wow, direction arrow pointed South Amboy's way. They have a chance to make this one possession for the first time since late second half. Unbelievable. Metuchen has to make sure this game doesn't get away from him, because it can very quickly too. Looks like a foul on the defensive end, I think, against Danny Kuhn. Oh no, they say Ben Santis. And now they're in the bonus. Man, this game is far from over, I think. That's Santis' third foul. No real foul trouble yet. But again, now they're in the bonus. So 1-in-1 chance. If one goes in, he'll shoot a second. Wow, okay, he can now hit a second here. Just a 6-point game, which was, at one point in this game, 14. Both shots fall through. That's big by Pelkey from the line, converting on both of them. 5-point game. It's crucial that Metuchen puts points on the board here. Foul. Or timeout, I think, but called. Yeah, that's a timeout called by Metuchen. They still have 3 to go, 1 to go for the defensive South Amboy team. When they come back, they'll be on defense. Metuchen will start their offense back up. And if I'm Metuchen, just have to focus on getting points. I don't care if it's a 3-pointer. I don't care how many points you get. Find a way to put points on the board, even if it's, you know, you get fouled. Draw a foul, put shots up. You will probably be able to extend your lead if you focus on just getting some sort of points, because you have to kill this momentum, which has been scored 6 consecutive points. Yeah, 6 consecutive points for South Amboy. They have serious momentum heading into the final stages of this one. And Metuchen needs to win this game. So if they're able to put some points on the board, they could sort of silence that momentum and make it sort of out of reach with the final minutes coming up. This is a full timeout. So for now, we'll take a break. We're returning back into action now. But Metuchen, okay, let's take a look again at the standings, because it actually is very important, this game. So if Metuchen wins this one, they jump Carteret in the standings, depending on how Carteret plays today. But they should jump Carteret in the standings, which would bring them back to 5. Timothy Christian might not be able to be caught up to, considering they have the tiebreaker against Metuchen after beating them a few weeks ago. But they're certainly in the area, and if Metuchen could win this, and then they beat their next 2 opponents next week, they have some serious ground they can make up in the GMC Blue standings. But really the main priority here is, can you advance in the GMC tournament? Because right now you're playing against a tough team. They're playing you well, especially here in the 4th quarter, and you have to focus on getting this win. 2 minutes left. Nice dashing pass from Kuhn over to Cone. Fakes inside. Galligan outside. This is a 2-point, but from range, Kuhn can't make it work. Back on the defensive side. 150. From range, Eberle. That wasn't range. That was not a 3-pointer. It was a 2. But again, 1 possession game. Out of bounds by Eberle. Last touched. And in comes Malamug. Out comes Cardillo. I don't know what my roster would be right now if I had to pick 5 guys. I think I would probably do Cone and Santos. And even Malamug, you kind of need that height. Oh, sloppy offense again. Cone tried to get it to his man all the way across. He couldn't. So now a chance to tie this game up for South Amboy. And this comes again down to that. You know, you just have to get points, but you're taking 3-pointers, you're taking not so great shots, and all of a sudden this game is very, very close. Haven't really called a game this close all year, or even all my career. I don't think I've been able to call a game like this, at least here in the high school, as it's rebounded here by South Amboy. They have the chance to tie it up. Do they have someone with the clutch gene? Eberle's been great all day. Give it to him. He fakes the shot. Moving inside is Barillas. Puts it up, or pass over. Oh, it's rolled off. I think he was fouled. He'll shoot 2. He's been very good for the line. And Pelkey will shoot 2. 8 fouls by the Bulldogs. They're coming up on that double bonus territory. Wow, Matt Smith, freshman, in for the senior. Or not quite. They're going to send it back to the bench, at least for now. I think he has to wait for the first shot to sub in. He's got it. In comes Smith. Out comes Cone. 2-point game. Pelkey has the chance to make this a 1-point game inside of a minute. Oh, he didn't have it. Was the last touch off a Bulldog? No. Wow, I don't know if that was the right call. That really starts to kill South Amboy. Looked like maybe it touched off Santos last, but Metuchen gets the call their way. Press defense by South Amboy. Metuchen's been tough. It's been tough for Metuchen to counter that this year. Oh, wow, Malamug puts it up. He's fouled. He has a chance for a 3-point play. Makes it 2 possessions, potentially a 5-point game. What a play by Marcus Malamug. Back to the line for a chance to make this a 5-point game. This is a huge shot right here. Huge. 4th foul against Vaughn Pelkey. And Malamug bundles the second, or the 3rd point of that play. 40 seconds to go. 47-42. Bulldogs out in front right now. Pelkey guarded by Santos. Moving to his right. If they get a stop here, they could call this game over. And it is a stop. Might have to be approaching intentional foul territory. But you got to make sure you get it to your shooter so that if they're fouled, they're the guys that you trust at the line more so. Got to get it across half. He's fouled. That's foul number 5. Not in bonus yet. Got to get to 7 for it to be a bonus. But now Metuchen really, really has the chance, I think, to finalize this game. Smith is fouled. That's foul number 6. No bonus yet. Oh, no, that was 7. They were just 1 behind on the scoreboard. So it was the 7th foul, which they're going to let Matt Smith shoot. It's only a 1-and-1, so he doesn't have 2 shots yet. If he makes the first, he earns himself a second. So this shot, very important. Oh, he doesn't get it. South Amboy, 19 seconds. They need quick points. They need very quick points, and they need points from 3. Shot. Oh, he's got it! What a shot by Pelkey! And this game's only a 2-point game with 11.9 to go. The best game I've called so far ever, really. And Metuchen only up by 2. For now, we'll take a break. But the final 11.9 coming here in the first round of the GMC tournament. This one has been great. We'll see you in a second. What's the plan here for Metuchen? Kuhn. They're going to give it to Galligan. Good play. Get it to your shooter. Galligan to the line. If you make both shots here, you win. Actually, you know what? It's just single bonus. So if Galligan misses this one, Metuchen potentially could lose this. Because if they miss... Okay, so if Galligan misses this one, and it's pulled down the rebound by... Eberle, for instance, and they get a quick three-pointer, obviously they could win. If he makes it, he earns a second shot. He doesn't make it. Eberle pulls it down. Defense by Metuchen trying to play close. We're having in possession for one more shot. 4, 3, 2. Eberle, one more shot from his back foot. No good. Metuchen wins the game. 47-45, the final score in this one. Bulldogs played to the final second, and so did South Amboy, but it just came out to be a Metuchen victory, and they will earn themselves one more GMC tournament game. They have a huge second round game. We don't know who it is against yet. We'll find that out soon, and keep you guys updated, but really, really important win for the Bulldogs as they expand now they go to the second round. Let's take a look at the Bulldog Report crew. Ben Solaski, of course, our president. Chris DeVizio, vice president. Me, Ike Bush, yours truly. Amy Kleiner, Richard Ho, Leigh Whitnick, Cassie Connors, Henry Sia, Jared Popek, Sidney Gordeski, Sylvia Grodzinski, Abby Dottie Panini, and Abby I can't talk. And Abby Kozo, man. That is unbelievable. I merged like every name into one just now. But yeah, so awesome game for the Bulldogs. A huge win. They're now 9-13, and they have just jumped Carteret in the standings, at least for now. Carteret plays later, so will they jump Metuchen? We'll find that out later also. But again, a huge win for Metuchen. They now closer to 500. They have 2 more games next week, and to be determined, they will play a second round game probably on the road as of now. But that's it from the Bulldog Report. I'm Mike Bush. I will see you guys next time.